Welcome to Tech Talk Live, and we have a rescheduled treat for you. We have Joe, the nail nanny mailer.
Hello!
Yes. So, hi, Joe.
Hello there! How are you?
I'm good. Thank you again for spending an afternoon of coming live with us on Tech Talk. And uh, and I know that for our Tech Talk, we don't even have an itinerary. We're gonna wing it because you are so fun and so contagious that we don't have to have an itinerary. We just go with the flow.
And Anthony Joshua, what's him call it's fighting tonight as well, because it's night time here in the UK.
Yeah, and it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon here in the Wyoming. So
And it's 8 o'clock in the UK here, and chin chin, I'm on the gin.
nice, very, very nice. So, Joe, again, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you so much. I got to meet you, I mean, not face to face, but meet you online just in the last couple years as social media has kind of changed for us. And so, um, let's well, first of all, let me back up a little bit. Let's talk about how you got started in the nail industry because I think you and I started the same year, but you said that dinosaurs were still on the ground that year. And I don't think that I've ever met the dinosaurs, but I know that we're in the same age group. So,
There were some
so,
lovely ones.
so tell me a little bit more about you. How did you get started in the nail industry?
It probably started with my sister. My sister went on holiday to America, as it happened.
Oh,
And in America, like 26 years ago, 27 years ago, you had like, it was obviously big in America, but it wasn't so big over here in the UK. So when she went over there was all nail bars everywhere, and it was 24-hour nails done. She could walk in a nail bar and have her nails done and all this. And she come home and I'm at it. Oh my God, that's amazing. I want to be able to do that. And so when she come home, she decided that she was a nail tech. So she thought she could replicate what had been done, obviously in America. Obviously she couldn't. so, so that prompted me into wanting to learn more about it. So went online, looked at where I had to go for training, and then it was Star Nails, which was probably the only one in the UK that you could train with at the time. So I trained with them, started a mobile round. We just had clear acrylic. There was none of this coloured acrylic. There was none of this gel polish. It was all normal nail polish, and you did clear nails with white tips, and yeah, and that's how it started. And then obviously I built up a fairly decent round for myself. I had a lot of regular clients. Some of them used to make me teas in the evening. So, because obviously I was just on my own in a little red car, just driving around doing the nails.
yeah.
And then my husband's job was a little bit insecure. And then we had a panic attack and thought, oh my God, we can't be self employed. I need to go back to my old career and have a regular income coming in and everything. So I still kept my hand in at the nails, but only with a select few clients, who, some of them which I've done for like 20 odd years, and went back to my old job as a bank manager and a finance manager. And then a couple of years ago, had unfortunately had a heart attack, and so decided that the job I was doing was too stressful, and I needed to go back to my passion where I loved it and I enjoyed it and I was relaxed and I was chilled. And so I come back to doing nails, and here I am back doing it all now, and it's all changed. And there's obviously over the years I've kept up with the progress of everything and kept up with different techniques and different products that come out and everything. So I've always kept my hand in because I've always loved doing it, and I've still carried on doing my own nails.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I've built up another round, not another round. Now I'm salon based now. So I've built up another clientele now, and I still have some of my clientele from 26 years ago,
Yeah.
that still come to the salon now. So yeah, it's all good in the hood, as they say.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. And you just shared with me as well is that you had a little bit of a change in your career over, and actually you've had many changes over the careers because social media changes our career and products change our career, and then becoming an educator changes our career. But recently you actually just started another new salon, so you've had a big career change
Yeah.
again. And so kind of touch base a little bit about how each time you have a change, don't you feel that you get to like renew yourself and reinvent yourself and maybe even give yourself a raise and change prices and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I did. I gave myself a little bit of a raise. I looked at it as a new challenge. It was a new set of clients. I still had my clients come with me from the old salon because I'm very good and they like to follow me. But yeah, I don't know. It was just like somebody breathed life into me again, and it just felt like, wow, this is all new again, and it's all exciting, and it was. I can't explain how good it made me feel. It just made me feel, wow, I'm back doing it again. It's
Oh,
all exciting again, and I just thought, wow, I'm just doing it, and yeah, it has. It's just escalated. I've probably got a hell of a lot busier in the last 3 weeks than what I was at the previous salon because I think you kind of got yourself in a rut where you had your regular clients coming in and you kept to your regular clients and you didn't really advertise for more clients because you was in that little rut and it was a nice little comfort zone and you thought,
yeah.
oh yeah, and I'll do a little bit of design work here and a little bit of nail art there and a little bit of gel polish here, and like now it's whoa, design here, gel polish here, everything here. And oh my god, I need to know how to do this again now. And oh my god, where's YouTube? I need to know what that is. So yeah, it's just literally brought me back to like being 25 years old again and new to the industry and doing it all again. So yeah, it's good. It's good.
You can tell that your passion's renewed again, just how you just described that and how you just said it. Your voice went up, your energy levels went up. And so once again, it just proves that you're on the right path and you're following through. And I'm not sure what it was that made you have to make a change to, in the last month or so, but obviously you're on the right path when it renews you like that and it re-energizes you. And you get to grow again. And like you said, you get to like readjust your prices. So you maybe get a little raise out of that, new clients. So that's exciting. So you shared with me that one of the things that you've avoided all these years was toes. So,
Yes, everybody that knows me knows I would not go near your feet for love nor money. Not a chance. I ain't touching nobody's trotters for nobody. Now I do feet. I do
ah,
full pedicures. I do the lot, and I love it.
yeah. And so that obviously built up a bigger clientele as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Because literally in the old salon, because there was a few technicians there, if somebody walked in for a pedicure, if I could be sat there doing their nails, and Izzy's just put you hate trotters, Nan. I do. I hated them. Somebody, I could be sat doing a full set of acrylics and they go, oh, can you paint my toes? I go, no, no, sorry, you'll have to go to her. She'll do your toes. She'll do your toes for you. I'm not touching your toes, not going near your feet.
Yeah.
Um, and now I don't. I do the paraffin wax treatment. I do the massage. I do the lotions. I do cuticles. Oh, scrubbing hard skin. I don't mind. I love it.
Yeah.
And I would say, if I'm being genuinely honest, I was watching YouTube videos for the meticulous manicurist. I think she called
Lori
herself.
Howard, yes.
Yeah, and I was addicted to her videos. Absolutely addicted to her videos, and I just couldn't wait to get doing feet. So I bought myself a pedicure chair, set myself up with a little room with all a pedicure station and everything in it, a paraffin wax treatment kit, and oh, I went all out, and I love it. Absolutely love it.
We need to, I'm going to message Lori and tell her that she needs to watch this Tech Talk if she's not already on here and let her know that sometimes we don't know who we inspire.
No,
And obviously, she was one that you came across, and I mean, look how it's taken you to a different level and just
yeah, because
things that you avoided, like literally avoided. Yeah.
yeah, there was no way I would watch a video that had toes in it. Not a chance. So I would never have seen it, would never have heard of the meticulous manicurist, I just wouldn't have looked for it. And then I thought, I better make sure I'm doing this right. So I thought I'll do the YouTube videos
Well,
because I'd done my training. I thought
and
I'll just do the YouTube videos, and I just YouTubed. Um, I can't even. I think it was pedicures or something so simple as pedicures, and then all these ones from is it Layla? She's called Laura. I
Lori,
only know Laurie. I
Lori.
only know her as the meticulous manicurist. That's all I know her as. That's all. It's like me. Everybody knows me as Nan.
Yeah. So
even my
that's
even my grandchildren.
So I like to like just do a Google search for whoever's coming on TikTok and see like the first thing that comes up. And obviously yours is all clean. I couldn't find any dirt on you. And so I love that when I Googled you, I mean, one, we all know that you're known for your artwork. We know that you're known for the nail nanny, and you get that title for that, and you've earned that title, and it's rewarding. And so I loved that when I went through the images, it was just nail after nail after nail, but all such a variety and a difference. So I can guarantee you there's going to be at least one person that comments on here that you were their inspiration. And so I love that networking that we have. And I know you've inspired me. You've inspired me a couple nail art things too, as well. People,
Wow.
and I'm like, hey, I know I can contact her and find out what she used even. Yeah.
And
So,
you know what it is with me? I love to learn new things. So if I see something and I think, oh, I wonder if I could do that on a nail, and I'll have a go and see if I can do it. And if I can, I go yay, and if I can't, I go oh
yeah,
no.
yeah, exactly. So let's kind of go back. How did you get and earn and deserve your title, the nail nanny?
I don't. Do you know what? I really genuinely don't know how it come about. It was in when we was all in the Nail Tech Network when I was admin because I was admin on Nail Tech Network for over 12 months.
Yeah.
And it just because I just used to be plain Jane Joe's nails. That was it. Joe's nails. That's all I was.
Yeah.
And I can't even remember how it was. I think it was my grandkids were it shouting in the background on a live video or something, shouting "Nanny, Nanny, Nanny," and it just literally escalated. And I just thought, do you know what? It's kind of catchy that name. It's
It
kind of
is.
nice.
Mhm.
And it just escalated from there. And I went on Bitmoji, and my Bitmoji come alive kind of thing. And everyone's like, "Oh my god, you look like your picture!" And I even look for little clips. Sometimes I'll buy a little clip and put a little bow clip in here. And I've got a bright yellow Nissan Duke that's now plastered with Nail Nanny, One Love Manchester all over it, and my phone number and Instagram. And my family call it the Nanmobile. And I've had it done on the salon windows, and I don't know, it's just literally, I think because it's a catchy name,
Mhm. Yeah.
because it's literally the name that's done it. It's like Kim 2 as that nail girl. Everybody knows Kim 2 as that nail girl.
Right.
And mine was everyone knows me locally where we are as the nail nanny, and everybody just calls me Nan. So
I love
apart
it.
from my youngest granddaughter calls me Tara.
And where's that come from?
No idea, you tell me. We have no idea. All my other grandchildren call me Nana. This little one, not even 2 year old, says Tara. Are you Tara? I go, are you? And then she calls her granddad Ganyad. Ganyad and Tara. Don't even know where Tara's come from.
Oh, I love it. I do talk when the clients come in and I ask them, when they're going to be a grandmother. I'm like, so are you going to like try to be known for something? Are you going to be known as like, Mima or grandma or grams or whatever. And it's funny that no matter what, the grandkids just give you something and it sticks. And sometimes you never know. I have a client that told me a story one time. Her husband has a big mustache and they call him Grandpa Stash because of this. But guess what her name is? Grandma Stash. And she just embraces it because that's what the kids came up with her. And so
Yeah.
the idea of Tara for you just embrace it. In the nail industry, though, as the nail nanny, I can tell you that I must have heard your name then rather quickly right after that became your kind of a title for you because it was all over. Every time I would turn on my Facebook, here's Nail Nanny, Nail Nanny. And you're right, your like Bitmoji person is catchy. And you've changed it over the last couple of years. So it's kind of fun to see those changes and see
Yeah.
your logo and see you grow and watch you grow. And so it's just so exciting. And so thanks for using social media to reach out to those of us like me that you lift me up. Your posts are funny, they're engaging. It shows your energy and who you are on your page. You can see it, and you're just a go-to fun page. And so, how has social media changed your career over the last few years?
Oh, hugely. I mean, when I started doing nails, there was no mobile phones for a kickoff.
Yeah,
No
me too.
mobile phones when I started. Where the hell did that come from? I used to have a brick in my car. Hello, I'm in my car. I won't be long. It was a big thing, huge. Um, so yeah, mobile phones. How the hell did we exist without a mobile phone?
I know.
No idea. We had a diary and a pen, and that's what we did. As I went to one client, she booked in for the next fortnight, and that's how it worked. Or they phoned my home phone, you know, the little green thing that you had at home with a round dial. You put your finger in and turned it round.
And when you
Um,
messed up, you had to like start all over again. You couldn't just hit a backspace.
and I used to all my nail art. Whereas now, all my pictures are literally on my phone. So any pieces of a nail that I do in any way, shape, or form are all on my phone.
Yeah,
Whereas years ago, when I was doing it then, I had like a piece of plastic, a huge piece of A5 plastic. It was huge. Is A5 the big one or A3? Whichever's the big one. And then in it, I used to have little nail tips, literally the little square nail tips that you, back in the day,
yeah,
them are the ones that you used to stick on and then put the clear acrylic over. So I'd paint all my nail patterns on them little square tips, and I'd make little pockets in this little A3 piece of paper and fold it all up in my nail box. So, and then I'd get my little bit, I thought it was the bee's knees then because there were none of it. And I used to open my box and get this piece of A3 paper out with all my nail patterns, and I go, there you go, pick a choice, what do you want? I can do all of them. And they go, oh, we'll have that one. And that was how you did your nail art then, and you didn't, there wasn't the opportunity to find new ways, so you had to invent new ways of doing nails. And
mhm,
that was what you did. You just found new ways of doing things, and voila, all of a sudden it's become big things now. Because I think in my area here, I I think 26 years ago there was literally only me that was doing nail art. Everybody just did plain nails with a plain polish on, whereas when I started doing it years ago,
yeah,
everyone had the nail varnish, but they had all the little gold and silver flicks and ticks and, you know, and fancy nails and half one shade and half another shade. And so, you know, everybody walked around, everybody that had the nails done with me walked around with fancy nails, whereas you knew they'd been to normal salon down road because they just had one colour on. You've only been down there, you want to come to me, I do all the nail art. And that's how it started then. And I literally had a clientele of about 50 or 60 clients on a regular basis.
yeah.
So it was a big thing then.
And do you notice that the pricing that you charged for 15, 20 years ago is the same, if not less, we charge now?
Yeah, because if I look back now, I used to charge £20 for a full set of acrylics, whereas now I charge 30. So in 26 years, it's only gone up £10 for a plain set. Obviously, I charge more for design sets if I do the design sets with acrylic and
Mhm.
so on. But for a normal set of nails with a gel polish with a bit of accent nail or a bit of nail art on one nail, it's a standard £30. So it's only physically gone up £10 in the last
Yeah.
26 years.
But yet you hold more product and more up-to-date stuff and you've spent more. And so it's interesting that the beauty industry, every other industry, they charge so much more as technology's gone through. But yeah, the beauty industry, I think it's because we try to compete with whoever's down the street that we tend to charge
Yeah.
less. And it's always interesting to me when I do my keeping profits in your pockets workshop, because when it comes down to cost, people keep going, I had no clue. And I'm like, I know, because you always just took for advantage of whoever was
Yep.
down the street and try to compete with them. But to be profitable, you have to know your cost. And I look at old menus that I had, and my pricing now is actually a little bit less than then, but I can say I know my cost. So I know that I'm actually more profitable now than what I was then.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is with me. And I've found as well, I don't know if it's because I'm in the mature age limit. I don't tend to want to compete with anybody. So there's 3 or 4 salons near me with nail technicians in,
Yeah.
and I'd be quite happy to go and help them, and help them progress rather than try and compete with them. I'm quite happy where I am. I'm quite happy with my clients. I don't need to be on that scale where, oh, I want your clients, and oh, I'm going to take your clients, and oh, I'm better than you and all that. It doesn't interest me. That I love doing what I'm doing. I do what I do, and that's the end of it. I'm quite happy to help them. I know there's a new girl that started a salon literally 300, 400 yards up the road from where I am, and she's new. She's only a new technician that's just starting out. And I've literally sent her a message because I know the salon near me. And I've literally sent her a message and saying, look, I'm just down the road. If you need anything or you run out of anything, I'm a stockist. I'll help. Just give me a shout. I'm there. And there's not many nail techs that do that. Some of them are up their own bums, if you like, and they don't want to help. And then others just think, oh no, I can't do that. They might have my clients where, no, I'm sorry, I'd rather help people, and I
Yeah.
am what I am. If they don't want to come to me, then they won't come to me. And it's as
Yeah.
simple as that.
Yeah, I found that many years ago I'd create a little bit of a riff in my salon because, I can say almost every single tech that's ever worked for me was fresh out of school. And I actually really liked that because I liked the teaching side of it and I
Yeah,
liked that I could share and teach them what I felt was, proper. And but after they were still building a clientele and stuff, if another salon or even a nearby town techs would reach out and say, hey, Amy, you've always said that you would be willing to help. Can I come watch you or job shadow you for a day? And I've always allowed that. But I can tell you it's created some rift with the girls in the salon that they didn't like that I was sharing my nerdy nail knowledge with other people. But that's who I am. And I still am that same person today. And that, you just have to be you. And if you feel that you are capable of being able to help somebody with the next level, then go for it because it's so rewarding. And
yeah,
it comes back full circle. It does. And I found that doing that, I created a huge team around me that if I needed something or I had a big event coming up and I needed to pull some techs together, I knew who I could call on from other salons to bring in. And that networking has gotten me farther than if I would have ever blocked everybody off and said, no, I'm not sharing. I'm not sharing.
yeah.
And it's just not me. But so let's talk about you went to the next level. So you're not just a tech. And you know how we talk about like we got to get a real job. Well, you're also an
My
educator.
husband still thinks I have to get a real job.
Yeah, that's funny.
You're going plain nails. Yeah, I'm going plain nails, love.
Yeah. And so with One Love, you're an educator. How did you put yourself out there to the next level like that?
To be honest, Sean and Dane, the obviously owners of One Love, asked me and said they wanted me to be part of the One Love team. They wanted me to be the educator for them. They wanted me, and for someone to put that. Kate,
Yes.
Judge are both kind of amazing women. Yeah, I know. Hi, and so are you. Sorry, I got carried away with the judge then. Yeah, they put so much faith in me and made me feel like, yeah, I'm not just a nail tech. I'm something that somebody wants to invest in, and that kind of gave me that boost then, and I wanted to progress then, and it was, yeah, I want to do this. I really want to do this, and I want to promote the One Love because I am passionate, not just about nails, but about the brand as well, because and it's the ethos behind the brand that makes me passionate about the brand. Don't get me wrong, I'll use any brand. I'm not strictly to One Love. I do use One Love. I use their core products and I use their gel polishes. But I do have other brands as well that I use because obviously I'm a hard gel tech, I'm a builder gel tech, I'm an acrylic tech, I'm a gel polish tech, I'm whatever tech you want me to tech to be at the time
Oh,
that you come and sit at my desk. I'm all that, girlfriend. And I'll literally do whatever you want. My clients will come to me with a picture. Some of them have been yours, Amy. I've had to reproduce your nails.
so it's come full circle. Yeah.
Yeah, and I had to look on eBay for a stamping thing. Your wiggly stamping thing over the ombre that you did a few weeks ago. I had to find that stamping plate because my client wanted that. So I
Oh,
found it.
that's so fun.
So yeah, they'll come to me with a picture off Pinterest and say, "Can you do them?" And if I can't do them, I'll be honest with them, saying, "No, I can't do them on this occasion,
Yeah.
but let me find out how to do them, and I'll do them for your next visit."
Yeah.
But 99% of the time, they'll come with a picture, and I'll replicate the picture that they asked for, or I'll love it. I just love it when they say to me, I want pink, do what you want. And I go, oh my God, I can do what I want.
Yeah.
And then,
Dude,
yeah,
have your
my
clients
brain starts going then, and the client knows I'm getting excited because I go, I can do this, and I can do that. And I get
like
excited like a little chimp in the corner.
My clients tell me that I get a giggle when they know that I have something in mind, and I don't realize I do it, but so many people tell me that. But they say that they want me to Amyize it. And so, do your clients have something that they say like that?
Nanonize it.
Nanonize. Same thing. I love
Nanonize it. Well, I'll try. I'll put my own spin on it.
it. And so, being an educator for a company, and One Love is the one that you're an educator for, how so they approached you, they wanted you to work with their company, and then so what's kind of your duties with that? Do you have to go live with them? Do you have to sell so much and do a commission? How do you keep your status with them?
It's hard to say because there's not really any ground rules in place, and I think they've got that much faith in me. They know that I'm loyal to One Love. I think Shane and Dane. See, I call them Shane, Sean and Dane. They called, and I call them Shane for short. It's just easier because I get them mixed up and call them Shane and Dawn. No, that's not good.
Just
So
maybe.
So Sean and Dane have got that much faith in me that I would promote their brand even if I wasn't an educator. I would use their brand even if I wasn't an educator, and I would buy their brand. You know, everything. I love their brand personally anyway.
Yeah,
Not
nice.
just because I'm an ambassador or an educator or anything or a stockist for them, but because I enjoy working with that product. So I suppose, yeah, I could do lives. I can do videos. Like I went to Sheffield the other week and we did lives on the blooming gels that we had, doing all the blooming gel colours. And I'm going to do a live tomorrow. Watch this space on the glass polishes. So they've just released some, like, it genuinely looks like stained glass. It looks lovely. So I'm going to sculpt myself some clear acrylic nails and I'm going to paint them in the stained glass colours just to show off the stained glass products. So I'll do a live doing that. But literally, he just wants to bring out a product that everybody will love as much as he does. And it takes so much time. They take so much time bringing a product out and finding the right product and making sure. And then we're all racking our heads over colours and names for the colours. And we want it to be a bit quirky and a bit nice. So we're all thinking about daft names and, some serious names. And he actually names things after people that he cares about. Like for instance, one of his top coats, his no white top coats, is called Time to Shine Amber, and his best friend or one of his friends was called Amber, and unfortunately she passed away. So he wanted to name them after certain people who he knew, who he'd lost, or so it all means something. It's not just flippant names here, there, and everywhere. A lot of it means something to him.
Yeah.
And when they brought the bubblegum range out, which is like an acrogel, which is amazing, and I'm not just saying that, it really is amazing. Um, it was, he wanted it to be the best that it could be. So he kind of, was really passionate about it. And he's gone on tour throughout the UK to promote the bubble gum, and he's joined brands with TNG to promote it that way. And it's all passion with him. It's very much, and it's a genuine passion. It's not just a passion to sell his products. It's genuinely there. And if you ever got to meet him or see him on a live, you can tell straight away that it's genuine. There's no airs or graces with him. He says it how it is. There's no snidiness with him. It's
Yeah.
just literally genuine with him, and that's what I love about it, because that's what I am. I am what I am, and I nearly burst into song then. A bit of Shirley Bassey nearly come out then. I am what I am, and that's what it is. That's what it's all about, and that's how it should
It
be.
is absolutely. And how you talk about it, once again, you can feel your passion in it. And so it's really wonderful that you've been able to team up with something that can help you grow, but you really believe in the system, you believe in them. I always had a theory that well, one, a goal as well, that when I grew up, I wanted to be the person that named nail polish. But I always knew that with a lot of companies like OPI that have some like very unique, crazy names, that I felt like they were intoxicated on a beach somewhere with a color swatch, and it was like a whole bunch of inside jokes or inside meanings. And you just helped confirm that sometimes it's in honor of somebody, or it is a
Yeah.
meaning, special meaning, but you never know what's behind it. But the names are fun.
Yeah,
So
I mean they've got a yellow. There's a yellow for instance. The ones I can remember off the top of my head was "Time to Shine Amber," which again was named after his friend, and then the salon manager Georgia, who's a beautiful young girl, absolutely lovely, stunning young girl, lovely personality. She's named one after her. I'm not. I might don't quote me on this because I might be wrong because my age is getting in and a bit of Alzheimer's kicks in. But after I think it may be her grandma, which was. Hang on, my husband's after sneaking in the kitchen here now. It's probably after another tin of beer. He's peeping. What you wanting? What you wanting? A beer.
no, he wants to shine. He wants to come on as a guest and we'll interview what it's like to be married to the nail nanny.
Yeah, what's it like to be married to the nail nanny? Lovely. Love. Oh yeah, that. Is it lovely? What? What's in the living room? Anthony, the fight's on, so he's watching the fight with his tinnies.
Oh, wonderful. So actually, let's talk. There's a funny story that you've shared in the past
Oh,
about,
I know what you missed.
sometimes when we don't have a supply, we have it, but it's not your typical where you get the supply. Maybe some lace.
Yes, I had a client that had literally messaged me the previous day and said, "Can I have some black lace in my nails because I have a new black lace dress that I'm wearing on Saturday." I said, "Yeah, no problem," because normally I had a stash of lace in my drawer. I had every other colour lace but black. I had no black lace in my drawer. So, quick thinking, which is very unlike me. I'm just nipping to the loo. Just have a look what colours you want on your other nails here. I'm just nipping to the loo. I knew I had a lace waistband on my knickers. So
I
I
love
legged
you
it in the
telling us.
toilet. I legged it in the toilet because I knew I only needed a bit. It was only two nails I was going to do, one on each hand. So I kind of slipped my nail scissors into my back pocket of my jeans, and then I legged it in the toilet, and I pretended to have a wee, and literally I cut two little pieces of black lace off my knicker elastic, legged it back in, kind of snuck them in my drawer underneath so she couldn't see them. So she went, right, yeah. And she wanted like a smoky nail on one and these lace nails on the other. So I pulled out a handful of lace, all different colours. So it looked like I had it in my drawer anyway. And then there was two little squares. It wasn't on a long row like all the other colours, which kind of give it away. It was two
Oh,
little squares of black lace.
yeah.
So we said, "Oh yeah, there's a black lace, there's black lace." So I encapsulated this black lace in her nails, and it looked absolutely beautiful. And she had no idea that she had my knickers on her nails for the next 3 weeks until we took them off. She might. So, oh my God, yes, I did. Yes, she had my knickers on her nails for 3 weeks.
Oh my gosh. So I have to tell you, I had a coworker that one time it was the same way, but she used her bra. She had some lace on her bra, and she needed a really fine lace, and all the lace that we had was kind of heavier. And she did the same thing. And so when I had heard your story, I thought, man, I wonder how many techs out there have either used something off of cut their own article of clothing, let alone their knickers or their bra, to be
Yeah,
able to create nail art.
it's like the stained glass polishes that are out now, the gel polishes that are stained glass. Go back 10 years before gel polish kind of got there.
Yeah,
Um, we used to use normal nail polish in the monomer. I call monomer and then I break into song, or else so I'll try not to because I go do do be do boo. So we literally, or what I used to do was a little touch of normal nail polish in the monomer, and then into clear acrylic, and bingo, you had coloured acrylic.
right.
We never had that years ago. It wasn't a thing. You got your core acrylics, and that was it.
Yeah.
So I used to change the colour of my acrylics with the nail polish, just dropping a bit in the monomer, to change the colour. And bingo,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden coloured acrylics were invented, and I didn't have to do it anymore, unless I
I
did
know so
roses.
many, don't you find there's so many things that you're like, if I would have just patented that, you know? We we
Only I did
food,
that.
yeah,
And now,
we
bingo, there's colour
food
drops.
coloring drops. And then I think years later, I remember like I think it was in the 90s, and we went to a Young Nails show, and they had I think it was actually called color drops, and it was food
Yeah,
coloring, and then you drop it into your monomer and do that. But it would stain the nail really, really bad, like really bad. And so it was always interesting that through the years how we still do these kind of things, but we've kind of found ways to perfect it and make it
yeah,
easier. Thank
yeah.
goodness.
Layer acrylic, layer acrylic, clear. I can't even speak now. The gin's kicked in. A thin layer of clear acrylic before you go in with your coloured.
Yeah. Hey, do you remember the drops that used to come in the magazines? And I remember green apple, but you'd put it in your monomer to change the scent of your monomer. But as soon as you'd put it in your monomer, it made the worst lifting. Oh, you just couldn't get the right adhesion. And so you had good smelling lime or a green apple monomer, but you had the worst nails.
See, I have a wax burner now at the side of my desk in the salon because obviously everybody goes like, "Oh, I can't stand the smell of acrylic. Don't like the smell of acrylic." Well, what you're in a salon for? And I have a wax burner now at the side of my desk in the salon. And as soon as I walk in the morning, the wax burner goes on, and we can have tropical breeze, or we can have banana tropical, or we can have cinnamon, or we can have whatever colour we want, and it kind of masks a little bit of the smell of acrylic. And then everybody walks in and goes, "Oh, that smells lovely. What is it?" And I go, "It's acrylic.
Yeah.
Smell of acrylic."
That's funny. So I'm teaching a workshop right now. It just started. I think it just started this week, and it's a back to basics on acrylic. And so in my salon, I do. Everybody knows I do the genre technique, and there's not an odor to that. And so my Scentsy pot's always going. And so yesterday, doing this workshop, I went live a couple times with acrylic, and so my salon to me smelled so good. I got to smell acrylic. Well, I was doing my daughter's nails. And she decided that on the back of her stilettos, she wanted me to paint the backside, but she just wanted me to do it with fingernail polish. Now, I was already like happy that I got to smell monomer, mono, or whatever you call it in the salon. And it was just remind me of like honestly the good old days of always sculpting and always, the acrylic. And,
Yeah.
and so anyways, we pulled out a bottle of silver creative nail fingernail polish to paint the backside. And I swear to you, it was so strong. My eyes started watering. I
In
was
it.
just like, wow. And so I think we acclimate to our odors sometimes, or the vapors. We got to call it, what it is. But it's interesting how sometimes we can walk into a salon where there's like 7 nail techs in it. They're all acrylic and we don't smell the monomer. But a guy can walk in the salon and go, oh my gosh, the smell, the smell. And yet, we kind of acclimate to them over the years. So yeah, for me, being able to use polish, I bet I have not used polish in over a year. And so to open that up, it was so strong to me that I was like, wow, it's just interesting.
Yeah, it's like I use the builder gels, and the builder gels tend to have a rubbery smell to them. And as soon as I open a bottle of builder gel, someone in the salon smells it straight away and goes, "Ooh, what's that smell? That's acrylic. What's that smell?" And I go, "It's all right, just rubber builder gel. Shut up."
Yeah.
But it's just because it's a different smell straight away.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like the different scents. I remember being pregnant and I was on bed rest. And so I wasn't in the salon for a while. And I begged one of my coworkers to bring me a cotton ball with a little bit of monomer on it so that I could just smell it. It's a good thing my kids turned out to be very good and very smart. And I can
Did it
prove
not turn out like,
that
oh?
being a nail tech in the industry, pregnant, and all the stuff that I've done, my kids are okay. They have a little twitch every now and then, but we're okay. I love it.
Oh my God.
Okay, so Nan, I'm going to ask you questions of how you deal with certain situations because I think with your personality, I think you're going to help a lot of members learn that we need to be lighthearted. Sometimes we have to be business, we have to be professional, but we can still be fun and still be us. So if you have a client that is 15 minutes late, what do you do?
Oh my God, where the hell have you been? Why was you not here 15 minutes ago? You know I'll be, but I say it in a funny voice. And then they go, "Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." And I go, "Right, get sat down here now, because now I'm going to wreck your nails. You're not going to have nice nails now because you're 15 minutes late. If you're late again, I'm not doing your nails."
I knew I should have asked you these questions. Right on. And sometimes that's what it is we have to make them aware that we know that they're late.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that impacted our time because we scheduled that for them. And then let them know that I might not have time to do artwork today, but I'm still going to do your nails. I still take them because I'm still going to get the money. They just don't get the
I'm
complete service.
I'm quite lucky in the respect that there's not many of my clients that are late, if I'm being honest. There's the odd one, and they usually, if they're late, it's by about 3 or 4 minutes, and it's because of traffic. So I'm lucky in that respect. But I have had the ones that have been like 10 or 15 minutes late. I've had one that was 25 minutes late, and a
Mm-hmm.
point blank turned around and sent her right back out of the salon and said, "No, I'm sorry. If I do your nails now, it's going to put me behind for the rest of the day, and it'll make every one of my clients late, me late for every one of my clients."
Yeah.
So I refuse point blank to do them. But
Mm-hmm.
if it's 3, 4, 5 minutes late, I just kind of make a bit of a joke of it, but let them know that I know they're late and say,
Mm-hmm.
you're late again and you'll get rubbish nails. And then they kind of go, "Oh, all right, I'm sorry, I won't do it again." So I'm quite lucky in that respect.
Yeah, and I think your type of rubbish nails is still phenomenal. Okay, so here's another question. If you have a client that you're scheduled for a fill, but all of a sudden they woke up and all of their nails just fell off, so true.
um, they'll get a new set because whenever that's actually happened, they've got no nails on, so I can bang a set of nails on in an hour, which is usually an infill appointment. So they'll get it, but they won't get all singing, all dancing. But they'll get a fresh set of nails.
Yeah, and I do the same thing. I still do them. And to be honest with you, because almost all of my appointments, because I've, the same clientele, is all fills. So I actually get excited when there's a repair because then I get to pull out a form or a tip or, whatever and like sculpt
Yeah,
this nail. And so I never complain when it comes to repairs. And I always tell them if they have a story where they're like, I don't know what happened. I'm like, we got to come up with something better than that because I need it like an alligator bit that off,
I
like
go.
I'm sore.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've heard it all before. You bit the little buggers off in your sleep. I know, and they don't get
Totally.
away with it then.
Where do you go to for inspiration when somebody comes in and says, I want you to nail nanny them, or what did you say, nannyize them?
Nanny eyes
Where's
them.
where's your very first go to?
The first protocol I would say is the nail gallery. I have an app on my phone called the Nail Gallery, and there's some amazing nail technicians on there, and some of them are not really recognised as well, and I think it's not fair on them.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Nail Gallery first,
Mhm.
and then probably Pinterest, I would
Yeah,
say.
I'm 100% with you. I discovered the nail art gallery, oh my gosh, quite a few years ago, maybe 10 years ago or so. And I think that's actually around when I got my cell phone. And I created a profile on there, and that was my first time being a part of social media and networking with other nail techs. And like, what products did you use to achieve this, and how did you do that? And them willingly share, back with me. And there are some nail techs on there that they've never been in a magazine.
Yeah,
They see their nail art is phenomenal.
yeah,
I mean, there's one that's Ollie, is it what Ollie123 I think is her number that's on there, and her work is phenomenal. She's one of my go-to people that if I need something, because she always does seasonal things, and so I'll tend to go to her page and take a look around. So those of you that do not have a nail art gallery, you've heard me talk about it a lot. And when I went live with Catherine Fleming, who's the nails at she's an editor for Nails Magazine. Nails Magazine, this is their online version, and it's called Nail Art Gallery. And it's for licensed nail techs only, and we get to showcase and profile our work. It's free, and it's a great networking thing. An advantage to that is a lot of the pictures that are linked onto Pinterest, if you click on them back, they click through Nail Art Gallery. And so it's
yeah,
another social media way that us nail techs can get a little bit more recognized. Another thing that Nail Art Gallery does is they have an online magazine. And so if they publish you in there, you have an opportunity to get plaques like this. Let's see if I can get this in
I
there.
want a plaque like that.
I have 7 of these,
Oh
and
yeah,
and I
okay,
could have more.
okay,
I
okay.
I know there's a little bit of bragging rights. I bathe with these. Um,
Do you
I
go to
can
sleep?
say, and you know what, it doesn't cost you anything to do that. If you end up buying some of their plaques, like they can be kind of spendy, but it's worth it because how often do you get published into something
Yeah.
that you just shared and they have your name on it and all that kind of stuff. And so nail art gallery is a great, great way to not only showcase your portfolio and your work, get recognized by the industry, by Nails Magazine, Pinterest, and some of these other social media bloggers and stuff like that. But then in return, you have something that's wall worthy to show your clients that, you might be kind of a little bit of a big deal in the nail industry and they don't know it.
Well,
Yeah.
I think they can't miss my car now round the area where I live. I have a bright yellow car with the nail nanny all over it.
Yeah. And actually, if you go to your page, it's on your page because I told you I was trying to Google stalk you to see what would come up, and actually your car comes up. So that's awesome. So Rachel says, I've never heard of this. Could I suggest it for her? And so, yeah, so in the comments, I think that one, Nan, we're going to post your profile
Hmm.
and get some people kind of more linked into you. And then do you have a link for One Love that we can link people to?
See, this is where my age kicks in because I don't know about links. Oh.
I will
But
find one. I will find a link and I'll post it in the comments, and then I will find the link for Nail Art Gallery and I'll post that in the comments for you guys. If not, you can do a Google search and you can find all of this stuff. But Nail Art Gallery, to me, every single tech, if you have a Facebook business page, you need to have a nail art gallery profile and
yeah,
you need to post before and afters and show your work because nail art gallery can definitely take you to the next level in the nail industry and get you recognized on a larger scale.
yeah. I mean, I just downloaded it. It was in the App Store. Obviously, I have an iPhone, and it's in the App Store. And I just downloaded the app, and then obviously set a profile up. The One Love website is www.onelovenails.com. So you can always find us there.
All right, I better write that down or my age is going to show and I'm going to forget to post these. Well, wonderful. Hey, another thing that I wanted to touch base on that you have a lot of knowledge on is that you were a mobile tech for a long time. And
Mm.
so you know the differences of what it takes over the longevity to be successful as a mobile tech. And we have a lot of mobile techs in our group. Do you have any suggestions or tips for them?
I would say when being a mobile tech, be careful of the area that you're going to be working in. Not for dangerous reasons or anything like that, simply for travelling reasons. I had quite a huge radius that I covered. I covered Shaw in my area, which is Shaw, Manchester, Failsworth, Oldham, Chadderton. So I would say pick a few different areas. Don't stick to one area. And then if you're doing an area that's a bit further away from where you live, then just add a couple of quid on to cover your petrol. And that's what I used to do. So if I had a client in Shaw, I maybe what I would charge £25 for a set of nails, whereas a client who lived nearer to me in Manchester, they may only get £20 for a set of nails. So always accommodate your petrol in with it as well. Always make sure you've got your insurance covered. Your car insurance needs to be a business insurance, not your normal car insurance, if that makes sense. Because if you was to have an accident while you're driving around, because you're classed as a business, you need your car insurance to be a business insurance as well. Otherwise, your insurance is void.
Oh. And even probably the supplies that you would have in your vehicle, if you had just auto insurance, would it cover the auto, but the business would cover your supplies as well?
Yeah, to be fair, I would never leave my stuff in my vehicle. I used to literally have a big case and two flat packs, not flat packs, two big like cases with all everything in. And I used to make sure I brought them in at night. I would never leave them in my car. I didn't give anybody the opportunity to break into my car and steal anything.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, it's worth it. It was my livelihood. It was all I had, so
yeah.
it wasn't worth leaving it in a car.
A lot of people make comments about the mobile text that they don't. they don't know the environment that they're walking into. That sometimes the kids are running around, the dogs are running around, and here you are just showing up at this house of chaos to do their nails. How do you deal with that? Do you reschedule it? Do you just say beforehand in the consultation, this is what I expect from you. I need this kind of a setup. How do you communicate with that?
I always used to ask them if they had a table, so that I could literally do the nails on. Um, Obviously, I'm going back 10, 15 years when I was mobile, so it was a little bit different then. But what I would say is if you ever get to a house and you don't feel safe or you don't feel secure, then get straight back in your car and drive away. It's not worth doing. I mean, I've been in one situation and I desperately needed the money, and it's the only reason that I did it, where I turned up at a house and the house was the most horrible, disgusting house you could ever think of. There was as I walked in. I used to wear high heels back in the day when I was younger, and I walked into this house with my heels, and my heels were sinking through what I thought was newspaper, and then the smell hit me, and then I thought, oh my god, how the hell am I going to do a set of nails? And I think I did a set of nails in like 20 minutes. They weren't my best set of nails I'd ever done in my life, I've got to admit, but I wanted that 20 quid and I wanted to get out as quick as I can, and I literally did them as quick as I physically could. I got out the door, I got round the corner, and I was sick as a dog. The smell was horrendous. They
Wow.
asked me if I wanted a cup of tea, and I thought, no, I just wanted to say buy a bottle of bleach instead of having your nails done. But obviously you can. Yeah, you
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
do them. So I didn't feel unsafe in that house, but it was a horrible situation that I was put in, and it was because I
yeah.
needed the money at the time. My lad was little, you needed the money. But I would say if you're ever in a position where you feel unsafe, then definitely stay in your car or don't even get out of your car. It's not worth it.
Yeah, yeah, so true. I've only done mobile a few times, and honestly, it was more going to a client's home that already knew them, and maybe they had been ill or had surgery or whatnot. And so I've never done like a cold call where I've gone to somebody's home like that. And so I always respect the techs that can do that because I like my comfort level of my own place
Yeah,
and that means me. And so I respect the ones that go into other people's homes because they need it. It's a great, great
yeah.
profession, and you have an opportunity.
100%. I mean, 100%. I respect them. I mean, I couldn't do it now. I'll be genuinely honest with you. There's no way I could do it now. I'm like in my little bubble in my salon in my corner with all my stuff around me, and I don't have to mess about.
Yeah.
But yeah, 100%. I admire any mobile tech that does it now. I think because I was an established mobile tech as well, like you say, my clients knew me. They knew what time to expect me. There was a brew waiting for me on the table when I got in the house, a cup of tea or a coffee.
Yeah.
Some of them knew that when I was working late, because I used to accommodate a lot of my clients that worked full time all day. So I'd do a lot of work in the evenings. I used to work up to 10 o'clock at night sometimes, and they'd make my tea. I'd have my tea on my table and a brew when I walked in the house. That's how long I did them for. So in that respect, it's a nice environment in that respect because you're more of a close friend to them than just a nail tech sat in a salon who they come and do the nails to. So in that respect, it's nice. And once you build that clientele up, it's a lovely, lovely thing.
Yeah.
But it is building that clientele up. But the more you do it, the more you get to know which clients you want and which clients you want to keep and which clients you want to sack. Because you can sack clients. You can sack clients if they are that bad. You can say, no, sorry, I'm
Yeah.
full.
I'm full. Yeah, that's always a good thing to be able to say, I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I don't have any openings available for like 5 weeks.
yeah, for 12 months.
Yeah, some of them will
Sorry,
still wait. And then
my
you're like,
books are
God.
closed.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you for opening up and sharing those details because, those topics come up a lot and it's not my specialty. And so I always like to kind of pick the brain of the people that I know that have done, these different specialty parts of their career. And, we've done the time. And so we've know the ins and the outs and we've learned along the way. And so sometimes our experiences can help, these newbies go to the next level. So what's next for you? If I was to Google you in 6 months, what's gonna happen with you?
I will be academy.
What? Yes?
Don't tell anyone, it's a secret.
Oh, you just shared that a lot. awesome.
Yes, I will be the Manchester Academy for One Love Nails.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
congratulations.
exciting!
That's so exciting. And so that's going to fill your plate up a lot as well.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I will still have my clients because my client says, "Oh my God, no, you can't go. You cannot. You've got to still carry on doing nails and all this." And I said, "Yes, I'll still be doing nails. The academy will be a different thing altogether."
Oh,
So
my goodness.
yes. So that's
Oh,
coming next within the next. I'd say within the next 4 months. That's going to be on the cards.
oh my goodness. So we definitely have to keep an eye on what you're up to because
Mm,
it sounds like you're getting ready to soar up to new heights.
I'm hoping.
Oh, you will. Absolutely, no doubt. Absolutely, man, that you will. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, man, it's been an hour.
Really?
It has.
Time flies when
Mhm.
you're having fun and drinking gin.
That's
Have
right.
a gin.
Hey, you've had that one same glass for over an hour, so I think you need to go get a refill.
Yes.
Actually, are you the type that can do this and your husband will come and refill?
No.
Oh, maybe don't try it then, because he'll be like, I don't know what that Amy taught you from across the world, but it doesn't work over here.
Yes, that's not happening over here. It's more like he'll bang on his tin and say, "Get me a tin."
Oh, that's awesome. Well,
You froze all this time and you froze.
are you serious? No.
You're back again.
Oh, gosh. It's probably telling me it's time for me to go.
Oh, he's sneaking in for another can of beer.
Oh, no, he heard this.
Did he hear it?
Yeah.
David, my darling, is there is there any chance of a gin in my glass? No, get your own. No, get my own.
Yeah.
You're
Oh, that's
obviously.
well, thank you to your sweetheart for allowing you to spend an hour of your evening with us of sharing this great knowledge that, as you said, you right now are being inspired by like Lori Holloway. People are being inspired by you all over the world as well. And so I appreciate once again that you've opened up for us. And I look forward to doing another tech talk with you in the future and finding out, how the last 6 months have been in your life. So
Yeah, definitely, definitely, and I'll be keeping my eye on you.
oh, well, I have all kinds of things up my sleeves. For our group, we actually have some certificates that are going to be going out on a daily basis to help our clients or our members see that we appreciate them. And then it's in return, you get to have it as wall worthy to show your clients that you are in the know. You know what you're doing and the knowledge and the stuff that we're sharing. So we have all kinds of stuff for our group coming up that I'm pretty excited.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just let any text know, as with yourself and all the other admins on the group, my inbox is always open. If there's anything obviously I'm in the UK, so my time frame is a bit different than America time frame. So if there's anybody that needs any help, by all means, just send me a note on Messenger and I will do my very best to help.
Ah, thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate it. All right, you guys. So we have all kinds of tech talks coming up in the next few weeks. I have Tony Lee, and actually he was on here today. I have Kirsty Meakin coming on. I have Selena Wright, and I have oh my gosh, I have a lineup of I call you guys my all-star crew because whether you are an educator, you are a top competitor, you're a magazine editor, you're a newbie tech, we are all stars in this industry, and you guys have made TED Talk worldwide this great, phenomenal networking group that is just unreal. And it takes all of our expertise and our newness and our questions for us to network to be able to rise above and go to the next level. Appreciate that so much. So thank you guys so much. Thanks for tuning in to Tech Talk Live. Thank you, my nail nanny. Someday we're gonna get to hang out. I can feel it.
Yes. Oh, yeah. If I ever get the chance to come to Wyoming and come and see you, I will be turn up at your door and I'll go, "Hello there.
I'll be
Hello,
right
Nanny's
here.
here to see you."
Absolutely. Today it's like massively snowing. It's been snowing all night.
Really?
It's kind of that spring one. So I actually saw earlier there was like no unnecessary travel up on the highway. And I was like, well, I guess I'm staying in.
So this is what I want to ask you, and I've just remembered now. Do you have bears near where you are?
In my town. I live right at the
No.
Bighorn Mountains, and last year there was four bears in our town, and so they kind of have a little bit of a rule that the first time they capture the bear, they relocate it, and if it comes back, then they have to euthanize it because once it comes back, it's established like I don't know its path or something maybe.
Yeah.
We've actually had four bears in our town last year, and two had to be euthanized.
Whoa.
We
We
have
have foxes.
mountain and actually, bears aren't what scare me. The mountain lions are what scare me. Oh, it's freezing.
Please excuse me, my son was phoning.
Um, and so we have moose and elk and deer and antelope and snakes and but the mountain lions are the ones that scare me the most.
Wow. Oh my God, I can't imagine what it's like. Yeah, we have foxes.
Yeah. Oh, we have foxes. Are they mean though?
No, no, just little foxes come in the night and empty your bin and then do a runner. They're very
Yeah.
shy, the foxes in the UK.
Huh. The one thing that's in my yard the most, because we have lots of trees and stuff like that, are the deer. And they're always a family of deer. And so lately there's been seven that I mean, almost every day when I'm working on clients, they walk right in front of the salon door and they just kind of stick their nose to the door and then they walk over by the apple tree and then they lay down and stuff. But at night, they come all the way up on our front porch. And I never understand, like, you can see their footprints, you can see their droppings everywhere, and then they eat everything, like anything, they eat it. And it makes me crazy because they can't keep flowers and all of that. And so the deer are my nemesis here. I love them, but they're the ones that are like every day my nuisance.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways, well, Nan, thank you so much for joining me live. I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll catch you guys next week.
Definitely. And it's been a pleasure. Thank you very
Thank,
much.
thank you.
Take care. Bye bye.